guests today because you could hear them in the background and you could tell everyone's living their life, right? Everyone's doing what they need to do. Um, I don't even know what day it is in the quarantine, but I don't know. I was watching this one video today. It was pretty funny. I think I'll repost it. But this one person, like, she does like 15 or 20 different songs on, like a little parody of, this whole quarantine thing. So, wow, wow. So I think I'm already going into my 6th week, which is, I'm going a little stir crazy. Um, I hope you guys are all well and healthy. And I guess the new thing now is getting our economy rolling again. So I hope that starts up pretty soon. I think we're looking pretty good for the skin games for our date, which is going to be July 30th through August 1st in Palm Springs, the hottest place on the planet, pretty much. Um, uh, which will be a good thing, nice and hot. And then also, we are a smaller venue, so we will be able to practice social distancing. We have more room. So anyway, I'm going to be bringing up Alma Valadares. She's the one that's put together this whole track of marketing, Lash, everything for your business. And today she's got a really special speaker who happens to be one of the judges for the Skin Games too. So let's bring up Alma and unmute her. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm kind of sick of wearing them. Here she goes. And she is up. Hi, Alma.
Hi, everyone.
So, Alma, tell us a little bit about like this group of people that you've put up to this week, because it's almost all your judges, right? For the last
Yeah,
categories.
so there are the judges and the speakers. They're really well known in the lash industry. Part of the reason why I wanted to bring him up to the Skin Games platform, we have different categories. So if you're not following us on the other ones, we have the lash category, the Skin Games. We have the waxing, we have the makeup, and then we have our regular Skin Games. But I wanted people to get to know our judges. The people who are going to be speaking out there, they're not going to be the presenters and the speakers and the judges in the education panel. They're going to be talking not just about lash. Some are not just about lashes. We had Paul, who's pretty much about like turning fans into clients, which is a topic that anybody could go in there, right? Today, I'm really excited to be bringing up Molly, and I'll tell you a little bit more about her. But so we have some other Paul and Tuscany. They do a lash conference and they do a lash podcast. Michelle, who will be coming up this week, known for her Hollywood Lash Conference. So she's the one in the West Coast that puts together this big conference as well. It's called the Hollywood Lash Conference. I believe it was supposed to be going on her 5th year, but she had to cancel hers. So it's kind of a bummer,
So she's Sinful Lashes, right?
Yeah, and she's also a judge, and she's been judging like all over the world. She travels just to be a judge and to be a speaker as well. A lot of knowledge. Her place is in LA, Sinful Lashes. And then we have Miranda Tarpey, which she's from UK Institute. And she's actually, I think she's one that I know so far that has traveled so many different, it seems like before we closed down, every time you looked at her, she was in a different country.
Right. It's a big change for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's great how you're bringing up the marketing end of it, because, I mean, I know that we're just kind of going through this, how are we going to get through, this quarantine? But I think really the major issues are going to be coming afterwards, because, shutting down, like we have I guess a non-essential business, which I think is very essential, that, requires human contact. So, I would love to get your speakers, take on that today. And maybe I'm going to leave, and maybe you could just introduce and talk about Molly, and then I'll bring her up. You guys could talk about social media marketing and any other topic you were looking at. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So today, yes, I'm really excited to bring out Molly. She competed last year and she had so much fun, but she competed and she won for the hybrid lash category. And so she's also been doing a lot of speaking also. So we figure, this is part of why we want to bring, we want you guys to be part of the Skin Games and join the Skin Games and compete, because one minute you could be competing. The next year you could be judging, or you could be a sponsor like the Texas Lash ladies as well. So Molly has a lot of great information, guys. I would love for everybody to come and join us, because this is about social media. Any questions you guys have, Molly will be here. So hi, Molly. Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay, I'll get closer. Oh, I'm so excited to be on here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Molly, you've been speaking more in a lot of the Lash forums now, in the conferences, but because you were part of the Skin Games last year.
Yeah, I was.
So first, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, because I want people to get to know you, get to know who Molly is, and you're all about social media. You also have your own business, and you also have your own brands, right? So yeah. I want them to know that. And the last thing I want also after that, I want you to tell us about your experience. Let's talk about your experience. So let's start with you first.
Okay, so I have been doing lashes forever, it seems like, but it's been about 10 years, and I started doing it in Toronto. I started off as a hobby, like so many of us have, and it really developed into a passion, and I ended up moving to Las Vegas. And in the States, you needed to go to aesthetic school or cosmetology school, so that was my next step. I got my license.
Well, let me stop you there. Are you from Canada then?
I'm not. I'm from Illinois. I was living in Canada at the time. Yeah. Okay. So moved back to the States, ended up in Las Vegas, went to aesthetic school, got my license, and just started my business. The one thing that really attracted me to lashes was that we had been moving a lot. And no matter where I ended up, I would be able to do something and take that craft with me and financially help out my family. So that's what I liked most about it. So getting that license was number one for working in the States, and then continue to open up my business and hit the ground running with that. Shortly after, this was back in the day, like lashes were not really that popular. People weren't really talking about them. So when I started doing them and getting word out about them in Las Vegas, a lot of people started asking me like how I got into it, how I did it, if they could trade them. So I started putting together some training materials, and that led to a product line. And from there, we've just been growing. I had a second location in Illinois, which is where I'm originally from. Family's from. But I ended up closing that recently. My daughter got really sick and her health was number one. So we focused just on the location in Las Vegas, closed the Illinois location, and we've just been concentrating on that. So last year, I spoke at LashCon, and I competed at the Skin Games, which was so much fun. Like Alma said, yes, I enjoyed it so much. I can't say enough about it. I was so nervous going into it. But honestly, like once you're in there and you're just kind of lashing, you fall into a groove. You don't even really think about the people around you or that you're competing. It's something that is second nature, and you just do it. So it was really, really fun. I was really shocked to have won because the people competing with me were from all over the world and like super talented lash artists. So it was really cool to win and be like, yeah, hang. But I can't say enough about it. I truly enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm back here to support it and be a judge. And I'm really excited for this year.
Yeah, and also, you also got, I just saw that you got an entrepreneur award too.
I did, yes. So I didn't win that one. I was a top 3 finalist for that one, but it was cool because it was women who were like so established in the community, and for us lash artists, sometimes we kind of, we're just doing lashes. It's very, superficial, but it's really not, because when a woman gets off your table, you really give her the confidence to go about her day and compete in a boardroom full of men. And she has the confidence to sit in front of them like, a BA, basically. She's very confident. And that's what I got most out of doing the lashes is what it gave to the other women. And
I'm glad you brought that point up, because, thinking about this now that you said that, I have a client that, her husband had cancer. and she had me taking care of him, doing the chemos and stuff. And that's to be a caregiver, that's a lot. It takes a lot. So she was like, I just need my moment, my 1 minute, 1 hour where I could come and lay down and just think about me and do me, and whether if it was a nail, but I think we're a little bit different than just, nails or other hair, because people are laying down, they're relaxed. They talk to you for like 10 minutes and then they pass out. And they wake up and they're totally refreshed, right?
Yep. I love when they get up and they're like, oh, I just needed that. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to start my day. Like, that moment is great. And then they get to see the lashes and they're so happy.
Yeah. Plus, you get people also that come in here, and I know I have clients that used to come in and they would tell you all their problems, and now they have nowhere to go. They tell you stuff that you don't even want to know.
Yeah. I live in Las Vegas, so you can imagine the stories that I hear. We have a lot of good ones. We are very missing our clients right now because we're so bored. We have nothing to go off of. My team and we have a group text message thread. And I mean, it's not uncommon to find a client's, a story pop up in there. We're talking about the clients. We miss her stories, her interactions, or so-and-so. It's definitely a passion. And I posted a photo on my Instagram the other day on one of my stories, and it was just going through and I was looking through all my lash photos, and I was like, how blessed are we to be missing the craft that we are doing? That's really when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's when you're actually like longing to go back to work. And it's not just financial. It's, you miss the interaction, you miss touching, your clients and giving them that relaxed feel and taking away that stress, but like rewarding them or giving them back, confidence. So that's what
Right. So Molly, so you've been in the business and then you got into doing lashes. So tell us, what happened to Molly? I think we lost Molly for a second. Let's see if
still here. I can hear you. There we are.
Okay. There we go. So, Molly, so you were in the lash business, and then what got you into doing social media? Tell us about why you're going to be talking about social media, right? Yeah. So tell us why you got there, first of all.
So back in the day, it was all about word of mouth. That is still today how we get a lot of our clientele. But what we're noticing is social media is not going away. It is here to stay. And it's one of those things that you can dig your heels in the ground and say, you can't teach the old dog new tricks, but you have to jump on and figure out how to do this trick or you're going to get left behind. Clients are no longer asking for, referrals. They're asking to see your work. They're asking for your social media page to get a glimpse. Like, where do you get your lashes done? Okay, well, what's her Instagram so that I can see her photos and see if it's on par with what I want my lashes to look like. So it's very important to understand social media and what it can do to drive business into your company. It's huge. For example, in 2018, Instagram had over 1 billion monthly users, and it's the second most downloaded app on Apple. It's huge. And for a business owner or an entrepreneur to not take advantage of social media in some way, especially because this is a free vehicle, it's silly. You have to learn the ins and outs. And it's not just going on and posting a photo, because as we all know, they have algorithms to kind of, drop you down to the bottom. You have to really understand the ins and outs of it, how to get your business and your photos seen, and how to put them in front of the people that you want to turn into clients or buyers. You have to learn about engagement. You have to learn about hashtagging, geotagging. You have to tag people. You have to go and hunt them down.
So let me ask you, for somebody like myself, that I am, solo lash person, right? And like you, I'm doing everything, right?
Yes.
So, and I'm a lot older too than a lot of younger ones, because they could just get on Instagram and just go for it, right? Or me, I'm like, oh my God. It's a little scary for some people,
It can be.
What kind of advice or tips can you give us?
The best thing to do is just start small. Don't put this huge pressure on yourself where you have to have, 15,000 followers in a month. That's unrealistic. It's going to take some time. During the class that I'm teaching at the Skin Games, I'm going to actually teach you a 7-day schedule of how to gain those organic followers, create engagement with them, and then what to do at the end of the week to make sure that your numbers, your followers, and your following don't get too out of control. So I'm going to show you how to do that. that in the class. And it's going to be very simple. You can literally do it 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night. You don't have to spend all day on Instagram. There's other apps out there that you can get, like there's a couple good apps like Plan or Planoly that are actually scheduling apps. Now, a little asterisk to this is I would use those apps to set up my monthly schedule for content. Like, okay, Monday I'm going to post a selfie. Tuesday I'm going to post an educational post. Wednesday I'm going to post a client review. Thursday I'm going to post a product. Friday I'm going to post this, and all throughout the month, right?
Okay.
But that app will also allow you to directly post to Instagram. So if you're extremely busy and you can't actually go in and make those posts yourself, it will post automatically to you if you schedule it to. Now, what we're seeing with Instagram right now is that the posts that you have the scheduling app scheduled, they're not getting in front of the people as well. The algorithm is holding it back a little bit. So I still recommend using the app to set up your monthly content schedule, but actually taking the 5 seconds, 10 seconds to actually go in and upload it. Now on the app, you can even—
So tell me a little bit, explain that to me a little bit more. Like, so I created, so tomorrow I'm going to talk about, how to clean your lashes, for example, right? And now I have it set up for tomorrow. So tell me, go from there.
So you go into the app, whatever one you want, Planoly or Plan, and you'll actually upload the photo and you'll put a day and a time that you want to schedule it out for. And this comes down to, like, you want to go into Instagram and figure out your analytics. So that means, like, when are your followers online the most? When are they seeing, when are they engaging with your posts the most? So if it's at 9 a.m., you want to schedule your post at 9 a.m. If it's at 3 p.m., that's when you want to make sure that you're scheduling your post so that when your followers are online, they're able to see your posts pop up on their feed or in their storyboards. So back to Planoly. So we're in there. We decided 9 a.m. is when our followers are on. So we're going to schedule it for 9 a.m. And then we're actually going to go in and we're going to type out our entire caption. We're going to put in all the hashtags that we want. We're going to tag people. We're going to do all of that. And it's ready to go. Now, if you're going to schedule it through the app, it'll do it automatically. Once you hit schedule, it'll schedule it and upload it automatically because your Instagram will be linked to it. Okay. If you decide to not do that, like we do not do that, we just use it to create the content schedule and make sure that it looks pretty and aesthetically pleasing and make sure that the content's flowing right. Like, we're not doing too many photos of lashes and we're not missing out on education. So we want to make sure that it's all graphed right. So we still use the app, but what we ended up doing and figuring out is if we actually manually upload to Instagram itself, it gets in front of more people. The algorithm doesn't hold it back. So we'll copy the content that we posted, the caption and the hashtags, and then we'll go into Instagram and just upload the photo manually and enter in all of those hashtags in the content and then upload it directly through Instagram. That's what we're thinking. Now, last year in early 2019, we used the app and it was not a problem. The engagement was still there. But we're talking like 20, 30, 40, 50 people difference between the posts when it posts from Planoly to just directly to Instagram. So different. So we were really able to track this for about a week where so I actually have an employee that I hired that helps me stay on track with social media. We meet every day. We talk about what we're doing for the day, the week, the month, how we want things to be said. If we want to add something in there last minute, she creates the content and I approve it every single day before it goes out. We'll talk about changes that need to be made to it. We really work very well hand in hand together. But what we did was we tracked it for about a week or two and we sat down and we were like, this is not working. The app is lovely for helping us lay it out, but it is hurting us on the engagement, which is what the most important thing was. If you're on Instagram, that's what you're focusing on is engagement, because that is how you're turning these followers into clients or fans.
That's great. That's great. So yeah, it's a lot of good information out there, I was going to ask you something, just a space right now. When you were talking about, oh shoot, I just totally space. But I'm really excited that you're going to be coming on and talking, telling us, especially that 7-day, because it's really hard. Oh yeah, I just remember. So for somebody, you have a 7-day plan. For somebody like, people that are out there, they're especially now with, everything going on, but we have some more time, but a lot of people still don't know what's an average that you would say, and I know it varies in different countries and states and, where your location you're at.
Mhm.
But like for me, if I were to go on and hire somebody, what kind of, what am I looking at for somebody to hire? Because I'm just like, I see some people post stuff and they're really witty at stuff. And I think, oh my God, that's such a cute post. But then I could come up with a great picture.
Mhm.
But the content part, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, Alma, because I went through this for about 2 or 3 years when social media was coming out. I was like, I don't have time. I'm running a business. I'm a new mom. I have 2 small children, a husband. I don't have time to social media. And, these other lash artists were on here all day long. It seemed like posting. I couldn't keep up. So what I did was I ended up hiring a marketing company. And I did this 3 times. All 3 times I found out that I was spending and the contracts are 6 months long. I found out that of the 6 months, I was spending about 3 to 4 months training that company on my voice, my brand, my image, how I want it to be said. I was constantly unhappy with the content because I couldn't be as hands-on with it. So finally, last year, I was doing a spa tour is what I was doing. And this girl, I did a podcast, and she ended up coming, she was in aesthetic school. So her boyfriend did the podcast with me. And then she came in on the spa tour and she was like, I just want to work with you in whatever capacity that you need me in. And I'm really good at social media. And I was like, light bulb. I was like, if I can get this person in my office every single day where I can talk to her and I can have a hands-on direct contact with the content going out, picture, words, hashtags, even tagging, geotagging, because it all changes every day. You have to be really strategic in this. And if I could really control that more, I felt like it could really take the company to the next level as far as turning the clients into, turning the followers into clients or buyers, as we say. So it was really an epiphany. And I will 100% recommend doing that over hiring a company that you have to teach and train on your voice, because they'll tell you, oh, we have an experience with lash artists. We know what we're doing with the lash industry, but they don't. It's not like nails. It's not like hair. It's very different. And clients today are so educated on what a good lash line looks like compared to back in the day in 2009 when I first started. They know, looking at a photo, if the photo's not right, or if the words aren't right, or if the caption doesn't line up with the picture. Like, oh my gosh, one time the company that I hired posted a volume set and they called it a classic set. And so you can imagine when we got a client in that wanted that photo, and we had to go in during the consultation and explain to that client that is not what a classic set looks like. And here's the difference in price. It was a big problem. So it's very important to be hands-on with whatever content that you're putting out there. Make sure that it has your voice behind it. Make sure that it's on brand. Make sure that it truly represents what your company is doing and trying to put out there, because these people are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you have 3 seconds to catch their eye and then another 5 seconds to engage with them before they're scrolling on to the next. So it has to be representative of you and your company's voice. Otherwise, it's a waste.
Well, I had a client that came in and I was doing her lashes, and she's super cute, and she came in there and she's like, if you want to do a trade, I could do some social media. I'm like, oh my God, please. And she did it. She uploaded all this stuff like in the middle of the night, right? So for the next day, all my content would change. But let me tell you, I got so many followers, and just the way she was using the content and doing the hashtags. Like I live in a place like by the beach, and we have a big following for yoga. So she's one of my clients. She goes, you need to put her on there. So she tagged her and said something really cute, like, if you want to do the best yoga in town, was open, looking out the ocean, check out this hot babe, and she goes, oh, and by the way, the lashes, and so people started going, what? She gets her lashes done by Alma, I ended up getting like 5 new clients.
Yeah, it's all about the subtle sale. And for me, I have never been good at like pushing a sale. So for me, social media felt awkward at first. So it was really important to figure out a way to get across my passion, interact with my clients or my followers, and figure out a way to still get that sale in there, but not make it so salesy. So that, oh my gosh, get the, you want to look like this hot babe doing yoga, and then that last bit at the end, that's like the punch. That's what you need to make that subtle sale, and that's what people are going for. Instagram and Facebook as well. I will be honest, I'm not as prevalent or active on Facebook anymore because all of our followers are on social media. So we're following where our followers are going. I'm hoping they don't go to TikTok because I don't know if I have time to learn TikTok. It's like a whole other new social media.
Well, there's another one called Reddit. I've been seeing that, Reddit.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. I never did get into that. Our clients are not on there. So speaking of clients and where they're at, just like a little sidebar here, we will talk about this in the class too, but targeting. Where are your clients at? That's where you want to go. How are you going to find them? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Reddit? Are they on Twitter, TikTok? Where are they at? What type of clientele are you trying to go for? So the very first thing before you even try to social media is you have to sit down and figure out who your target audience is. Who are you speaking to? Where does she work? What does she drive? Where does she hang out? What do her friends do? What are her interests? Is she into the community events? Things like that. And then you can use those hashtags to go and target her and go search the hashtags in your area and, go to, if she's into golfing, go to the local golf course and look up their hashtags and go follow all the women that are tagged on the board there. It's
okay.
Yeah, and we'll talk about more part of that in the class. Yeah, so there's a system to this, and it all ties in. But the very first part of it is finding your voice, finding your target audience, and following them. I was on Facebook for years, and all of a sudden, I noticed that my Facebook was not hitting as hard as this new thing called Instagram. And being in Las Vegas, we got a lot of the club girls, we get a lot of the waitresses and the pool ladies. So that's where they were at. They wanted the photos. They didn't want the long captions. So Instagram was it for them. And then for more of our community leaders, are women who are very interested in community service acts and social groups. They're on Facebook. So we're still doing back and forth, but it just depends on where your clients are, and that's going to be the social vehicle that you're going to follow and hit hardest on.
I find, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I find that Facebook is easier to kind of go live and do those and do more of the, bringing people on board than Instagram. Instagram is just like more clicking with pictures and seeing something, like you're looking for something really quick. It's there, it's just like 3 seconds. It's there. Facebook is, you want to get more in debt. That's how I feel. Is that correct? Or
no? I feel like you're absolutely right. If you're wordy and you're telling a story and you got a lot of depth to your post, Facebook is it. But you have to think, when you're scrolling through the feed on Instagram, it's all photos. So it's the photo that's the most important. Editing comes into play with that, and then your captions. And
I don't know if you know this, but Frank, which is Jennifer's husband, Rosenblue, he's also one of our sponsors. And Jennifer was just telling us because the way what Skin Game has done for us, it basically helps promote by loading up those videos for our institutions. It helps them. The search, what's it called? The search engine helps them find them faster, right? Yeah. So we're actually giving that to the people who are competing are also getting that. And the more videos you upload, the faster you show up on the website as well, right?
Yeah, there's certain things that the algorithms really like. Just talking really quickly about the difference between Facebook and Instagram, they both like videos. Videos are huge right now. They both like seeing, your face and not just an image. So anytime that you can get in front of the camera and verbally speak to your followers, you're going to hit harder in front of them. You're going to trend a little bit faster. But one thing that is different with Facebook than Instagram is Instagram relies on hashtags. You have to hashtag to get on that trending page, that search page, and get people following you. Now on Facebook, you do not want to use hashtags. If you use hashtags, you're going to get bumped down.
So let me ask you a question, because a lot of times when you have, I have Facebook and Instagram link, and I'm sure a lot of people do too, because it's just easier, right? So, but when you do a video and you're hashtagging the video and it copies over to Facebook, so it's just dropping you on Facebook?
This is what you do. You do your caption, you still link it and you swipe it on over to Facebook. So it uploads. So you're not doing 2 uploads. It's saving you time, but you put your captions or your hashtags in the comments. So it should be.
Well, like once I do a video, if I go live on Instagram or if I post on Instagram, it automatically just posts on Facebook.
Are you putting, just do your hashtag secondary is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So do it second. So still do everything that you're doing. Just don't add the hashtags into it.
Oh, okay. Then go back and do the hashtag.
After the
sometimes I see some people go, like, you see like a picture up there, and then at the right next like a comment, you see ... right? Why are those dots for anyway?
It's just to space it out. It's aesthetically pleasing to not have your caption and then directly followed by a whole bunch of hashtags. It's nice to have the dots and just give it a little bit of space before you scroll down and see the hashtags there. But those people may not be using, if they are linking it to Facebook, they're not doing it correctly because their algorithm on Facebook is not going to let them hit as hard. They're going to drop them down and get the post hidden because of the hashtags. So either they're not uploading it to Facebook directly or they just don't know about that. So don't worry about the ... dots. Just go ahead and clear that out and then just take those hashtags and delete them from the content or the comment post, and then go in and make yourself the first comment and add your hashtags there.
Oh, great. Now, let me ask you something that's happening is really interesting. I think I was talking to you on the phone earlier that, so Jennifer and I were, actually Jennifer was with a different, was the waxing category. They were doing a waxing video, right? And then she just basically, they got a notification that, it was nude. So what's up with that?
This is Facebook being super cautious on what it's allowing to post. Things like before and afters. We see this with even lashes. So it doesn't even have to do with like a direct part of the body. I also do permanent makeup. And so if we have some people that we follow that do the areola construction, and we see their posts getting flagged a lot and taken down because they're considering it, nudity. But there's a way about going to do it. The first thing that you need to do is you need to check your verbiage. Anything that's like, look at this before and after, check out how much better her skin looks. Anything that promotes the second picture as being better than the first, it's going to flag it and take it down. If it's no words and just a video, you'll have to reach out to Facebook and appeal it and just tell them that it's a business. This is what we're doing. It's just a waxing. It's a leg. It's not nudity. You just have to keep fighting it. It's just the algorithm that's blocked.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, I think I tried sharing the video and I bought a song to purposely put on a video, and they told me, I think you saw the video too. It's like, oh, this is like, I bought the song. I'm supposed to be able to use it.
So you just need to go in and it'll say like, the video is blocked and are you the owner of the music? And if it doesn't give you that option, just go into the help file and it'll let you send an email over and let them know like, hey, this is getting blocked. I paid for the song. If you can include a receipt, that would be great. But if there's no receipt, you can just let them know that you bought it and just keep doing it over and over and over again. And eventually the algorithm will see, hey, this isn't a bot. This is somebody that's really trying to get this content up. So we'll look into this. So it's just a matter of continuing to put it out there, which is exhausting because we're business owners. We don't have time to continue to do the same thing over and over again. Exactly. But if we want the video up, we got to get it done or change the song to one that's approved. But those melodies are not very good.
Yeah. Well, guys, right now we have Molly up here. So if you have any questions, please reach out and just throw some questions at her and myself, because she has some amazing information about social media, I know we all, especially now, we've been so busy with our, everyday lashing. And now that we're not lashing anymore, we have this time to invest into what can we do, so any tips or hints that, you're looking for or any advice, right now it's time for you guys to reach out. You're also in other things you're going to be covering at the show. I mean, at the education, Molly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to go over, this is going to be very interactive. Like one of the first things that we do is have you take out your phone because we're going to do this together. This isn't going to be something that you're just going to be like, oh, okay, I have to write notes. Like this is how she did it. I want you doing it. I'm very hands-on. So if you're a notes person, please take them. But it is better to do this hands-on because you'll actually be able to go in and see exactly where your analytics are, how your bio should be set up, what a landing page is, what it looks like, why they're important now compared to a website, how to look at the story that you posted 2 days ago and get the feedback that you need so that, in 2 days when you post another one of similar content, it's not going to flop because you're going to make those adjustments based on the one that you just posted. So really understanding your social media a little bit more, but also like how to go in and actually do it and what that looks like.
Molly, I think that's so great because, you know, some people like myself, you know, you could talk to me and I could take notes, but or I could read a book and I'm like, you know, just staring at it. Yeah. But once I'm on hands-on, that's how I learn. So I'm so glad this is going to be so interactive because I want to be able to, especially, you know, when you do all these different, that's one thing when we put, that's why I'm so excited because when we put the judges and the speakers together, one of the requirements was make it interactive, right? Yeah. And Jennifer was like, to make it interactive, guys. I was like, I don't know how to do that. And I don't know if my people, but I'm so glad that the people that are coming on board is like you yourself, Paul, Molly, Paul, Michelle, everybody else that's on board, you know, they're making everything very interactive because if I'm paying for something, and I've done a lot of conferences for lashes as well, I want to be able to go home and know that, like, you know, you said you have your phone, you could take it, and I know exactly, at least I have a guideline. I've done it. I practice, you know. And yes, of course, I'll take my notes, but at least I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And at least you can try it yourself before reaching out, you know, to get that extra help hands-on too. So at least you went ahead and tried it. So you feel good. Yeah. And then you really hit a roadblock if you can't do it then. So I know. Because sometimes that happens, you know, you're like, oh, great, everything she spoke, but now I'm stuck. Yep. Exactly. I'm really excited. Like, this is something that is really able to change your business and how people view it. This is a way for people to see what you do and your passion before they even meet you. So it's all about getting your voice out there and understanding how to use it properly. And once you do that, it's really going to drive business into your company. And it's a great vehicle. So let me ask you one more question, since, you know, you have people that come in and they have this beautiful Instagram, right? Amazing Instagram. And you see all these beautiful pictures, but you know, they're just solo. So where are they getting all these pictures? Are they buying pictures? I don't think so. No, I really think it's all about how you interact with your clients. One thing that we do at our salon, especially after quarantine. So just a little sidebar here. We're in quarantine. We are shut down. This is like the perfect time to any policies, any systems that you're not enjoying in your business, change them. You want to do something different, change it. And everything is starting with a clean slate. So one of the things that we were trying to get on board and having a really hard time with, because our artists are just really fast and we book back to back and we're getting the clients in and out, the staff was, or the team was saying, you know what, I don't really have time for before and afters. And I was like, it's non-negotiable. This is how we sell our work on social media. So what we're going to do now is we changed up our system. And when the client checks in, our front desk team is going to take the before and after photos. So we're changing the system so that no matter what, every single one of our clients is being photographed. And so we're just putting a huge emphasis on it. And that is how we get those photos. It started out, it's a little embarrassing. It started out because we had a little hiccup with a new artist and a client. And the client said that the artist didn't even lash one of her eyes and that she left with one eye, not even having any lashes on it. And so I go to my artist and I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so, like, did something happen? Like, what's going on? Can you tell me about the service? I know you do great work. What's going on? And she's like, no, I did the full set and it looked great. And so in Las Vegas, we just, you know, we get a few clients that want, you know, a few freebie. So I had nothing to go off of. So, you know, client kind of wins on that one. No problem. Come back in. I'll be more than happy to fix that up for you. Turns out she slept on it one eye. It's usually the culprit, right? We know it's sleep. So it started off with that. The next day I sat my team down and I was like, before and after is non-negotiable. I cannot go to bat for my team and defend you if I don't have a photo to go off of. So that's how it started off. And then social media started to hit. And I was like, okay, now it's all about aesthetics. Now we have to make them look good. Yes, it's for this. But now we have to make sure that we're selling the thing that we're trying to, or we're selling it in a way that's really aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, we've just kind of adjusted it, but we've never really set it into a system. Like, this is when we do it. This is how we do it. This is a lot of time. This is where we're doing. It's always just been like a wham, bam on the fly thing. And so one of the things I'm trying to think positively about this quarantine is that I'm able to, you know, kind of build that into my new
new system, my new way of lashing. It's a part of the checkout, check-in process now. And it's just how we're going to.
Yeah, and that's also great that you're telling us this to another reminder, because yesterday we were on the day before with Paul, and then yesterday with Tess, excuse me, and we were just talking about, we need a routine. Like right now, I realized we started doing this live. It's like I've been waking up in the morning, getting ready, like I'm going to work,
Yep.
And then the rest of my day is kind of a little bit planned out. And then yesterday it was my friend's 3-year-old birthday, so we drove by with balloons and happy birthday.
So
we just actually drove by her house and just drop off a gift. We did. That was after 5 o'clock. Because I was working. And I was getting in that routine of working. So I realized there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't doing the right way. And just talking to you guys, as speakers, as judges, talking to you and just learning this, I'm like, oh my God, I need to fix this now. And now I'm really busy. Now I have like a week now. They're saying we're going to open in 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm not going to be ready.
Yeah. Financially, it's stressful. Financially, if you let yourself get bogged down with, the no revenue coming in and that type of stuff, it's stressful. And I'm going to be honest, my grandfather passed away at the beginning of this quarantine when we shut down. So I was kind of frozen in place from that. Thank you. I was frozen in place from that. And then I was frozen in fear from not knowing how to do the finances. But once I started working, and kind of, looking at more the positive to this quarantine, like what you just said, like what's not working in my business? What can I do better? I want to emulate this person. I love how they have this system in place. I want to do that. You can do it. Now's the time. Like, don't just sit there and wait for your clients to come back because you're reopening. Like, you need to be better than what you shut down at. And that's the coolest part about this whole break that we're having. Like, I am loving the time at home with my babies. And then I'm loving the time that I get to work on my business and make sure that it is exactly how I want it to be. And I'm meeting with my team weekly via Facebook, FaceTime, or not Facebook, FaceTime. And so one of the things that I end every meeting with is like, what do you need from me? What are we doing to be better? Are you working on your fans? Are you working on this new technique? Take advantage of free education. There's a ton of free education out there. So it's such a cool time. It's a weird time, but if you flip the script and change your mind and try to be optimistic about it, it's a really good time to come out better than ever. And we're really going to see those that took advantage of this time and used it, in a way to better themselves, and those that, just didn't, and they'll be fine, but they're not going to be as happy and as ready as the other ones.
Exactly.
And these ladies are putting their lashes on.
Well, Molly, thank you so much for being with us. And not only are you going to be speaking on Thursday, July 30th, but you will also be judging the classic. And
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. And we have the fantasy lashes as well. The selfie lashes, right?
Yep. That's so cool. That's such a good idea, Alma. Like the people that I've like kind of talked to, and I talked to my team about it, they were like, oh, this is cool. I've never heard of something like that. It's so inventive.
Definitely have your team come on board and do that. And anybody out there also that has like a company, that owns a company, that has another team, just have them join. The more they join, the more exposure your company gets,
Yep.
So just have them out there. We really want to help everybody. Jennifer created this platform because she really wants to help people and really wants to promote everybody, So if you're out there right now, we're doing for anybody that's or judges or speakers, they have their audience. Anybody that has your students that have taken your class, you could join the selfie category for free, which is so awesome. So get your team out there to join us. And I'm actually going to be using, with the selfie, you can use yourself or somebody else is quarantined with you, which my boyfriend is.
Hey.
That's kind of fun, right? We'll see how that comes out. But so yeah, I'm actually trying, believe it or not, I was telling Jennifer this, I'm trying some new stuff, like just for skincare. I want to try some new stuff. I'm like, ooh, maybe I could use some skincare work.
I can't. I'm very dry in the desert.
So this is like, we have so many good things going on. Like you said, free education. I've been taking some chemical peel classes. I've been, learning some other stuff here and there. And it's just really exciting because, I'm like, okay, well now when I get back, I know a little bit more. You know?
And you can do that to your clients, and they're gonna like value you more for that and just connect harder with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited. Once again, July 30th, Molly will be there talking about social media. So this is not just for lashers, guys. This isn't our last panel, but anybody could come in and take her class if you want to learn about social media. I love that it's going to be engaging. I love that she's going to be interacting with everybody, that you're going to be able to go home and maybe even change your Instagram when she's with her. So I'm ready to go to that class for sure.
It'll be a good one. I'm super excited about it. I'm just the type of person that I get pumped when I see other people, thriving and being successful. So anything that I can do to just pass on the knowledge that I've learned over the years and that's been handed down to me, I'm more than willing to do it. So I'm just super excited. It's going to be a good one.
Well, thanks for being with us, Molly. And if anybody wants to ask her any questions about, like, I don't know if you want to, have them follow you. What's your Instagram?
Yeah, I have two. So the business one is A Touch of Lash. And then that's on Instagram. And then also it's Molly _ at A Touch of Lash on Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook, and it's Molly's Lashes. So you can find me there.
Okay, great. So guys, follow her. Remember, if you have any questions or anything, you can post it on our forum, and we can bring her back because she does have a lot of great information. So thank you so much for everything you gave us, all the little tips that you gave us.
I got more.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye, Molly.
Bye.